In February of 2022, a book came out called Before the Batman that gives us a roadmap of the things that led up to Robert Pattinson's Batman. I really kind of wish I'd known about this beforehand because it's really good. Just a quick book review, really good. In the book, we see two parallel stories happening. One is young Bruce growing up, dealing with the loss of his parents, and one is young Edward and all of the insanity that comes from that. During one part of the book, we see Bruce starting to partake in some street racing. He's sneaking out. He doesn't think Alfred knows. He's doing things because he knows that Alfred wouldn't necessarily approve. Come to find out, Alfred knew the whole time. He knew what was happening. He knew what was going on. And he tells Bruce that he also did a little bit of street racing when he was a young man. And it's interesting because he gives Bruce some advice. He tells Bruce, why don't you stop running from something and run to something? It's a bit of advice from someone who has been in a similar situation, not exact, but similar, who is outside of the situation, looking in, and just trying to help out because he loves Bruce. Today on Geek Devotions, we're talking about the importance of godly counsel. Hello and welcome to Geek Devotions, the show from devoted geeks who are devoted to letting people know that they are loved. I am Celeste and we are so glad that you have hit play today. Do us a favor, and if you don't watch past this point, know that you are loved and you are cared for. There is a plan and a purpose for your life. Now, all month long, we are doing what we're calling Bat Month, where everything is Batman. Clearly, this devotion is going to be about Batman, but all the devotions and the podcasts, everything is Batman. It's Batmania. It's not, but it is. But let's get into the devotion. Like we said in the intro, Alfred cares about Bruce. He's trying to offer some advice. He's been in similar situations, and because he is not Bruce, he can see a little bit clearer from the outside. As Christians, we oftentimes are in situations where sometimes we need a little outside perspective. Sometimes we need a little help. Sometimes we need some advice from an Alfred, from someone who can help us handle what's happening because they've been in similar situations, and that is super important. Proverbs 14:12 highlights how important it is because it says this: there is a path before each person that seems right, but it ends in death. If you're only looking at the path in front of you and not looking at everything that could be happening, or praying about what you need to do, or just going on a path because it looks good at the time, then you might run into issues. But having someone to come in and go, hey, that may not be the right thing to do. You might want to course correct a little bit. That's a good thing. It's a godly thing. It's something we should all strive to do, but it's also something we should strive to be for other people. Now, obviously, be discerning of who you trust. Don't just trust anybody because they're older or because they've had a lot of life experience, because you never know. But if you're using discernment, you know this person is a godly person, you can trust their advice. But again, discernment, it's a good thing. Okay guys, well that was your devotion for the week. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's kind of short, but it was a thing. It was the point. The book was short. It was only 2 hours. So, short book, short devotion. There you go.
It was a good book.
It was a good book. That's how you know it was a good book. Dallas read it.
I listened to it.
That's reading. Audiobooks count. Okay guys, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this out to somebody that you think would enjoy it, share it with your favorite bat friend. And I want to give a big shout out to our devoted patrons, Geeks. Devoted Patreon geeks, if I could say it right, it'd be good, because they are awesome people who give for as little as $1 a month and help support us and what we do. We're going to be at GeekCon next week, and it's because of patrons that we're able to go. A lot of what we do, the quality and the ability that we're able to do these things are because of our patrons. Now, if you can't support, you're like, Celeste, money's tight, It's a lot. I get it. You can also support by praying, by sharing the video, by telling people about us, by interacting, by answering the question of the week, which reminds me, it is now time for the question of the week.
The week.
The week. Question of the week is this. Did you like the Batman? I like Sparkle Bat. I thought it was cool. Even though there is nothing sparkly about it. At all.
You should listen to the podcast.
You should listen to the podcast about it. But it was a really good version of the story, and I'm excited that we're getting a second movie. Okay guys, well with all that being said, stay devoted. Peace and love.